All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever looked at your Facebook ad budget and wondered where it all went with not much to show for it, well, you are in the exact right place. We are going to crack the code on what separates the campaigns that really take off from the ones that just don't. It is such a frustrating feeling, isn't it? You're pouring money into a campaign, expecting this huge wave of new customers, and instead you just get a tiny trickle of really expensive clicks. It feels like you're just guessing. But what if I told you there's one very, very specific reason why most of these campaigns fail? Get this, a staggering 68% of all underperforming Facebook ad campaigns can trace their failure back to one single critical mistake. And no, it's not the algorithm, and it's probably not your product either. The reason is actually pretty simple when you think about it. It's the lack of a structured, disciplined testing process. That's it. This is the big difference between, just gambling with your ad spend and actually investing in your company's growth. So what's the fix? The answer is a really disciplined approach called A/B testing. And look, this isn't just about changing a button color. This is the proven method for turning that unpredictable guesswork into a reliable engine for growth. At its heart, A/B testing is super simple. You just create two versions of your ad, we'll call them A and B. You change only one single thing, like the headline or the picture, and then you let your audience's behavior tell you which one is the winner. Easy, right? Now, to do this the right way, you've got to follow 4 golden rules. Seriously, don't skip these. First, isolate one variable. Test one thing at a time. That's it. Second, you need enough data. Aim for at least 50 conversions for each version. Third, let it run for 1 to 2 weeks to average out the daily weirdness. And finally, and this is key, prioritize the tests that are actually going to move the needle. Okay, so where do you start to get that biggest impact? Let's break down the exact game plan that prioritizes what really matters, starting with the one thing that has the most influence on whether your ad wins or loses. You always, and I mean always, start with the creative. That's your image, that's your video. It's the first thing people see. Getting this piece right can give you the biggest improvements in the fastest amount of time. So, what does testing creative even look like? Well, it means you could pit a video against a static image. Or you could test a clean, product-focused shot against, say, a cool lifestyle photo. You can even test different color schemes or different hero shots of your product. All of these can have a massive effect. Once you've found a winning creative, and only after you found it, then you move on to testing the copy. See, now you're pairing that proven visual with different messages to find the most powerful combo. This is your chance to really experiment. Test a headline that spells out a clear benefit against one that just makes people curious. Or try framing your offer by listing its features versus describing the amazing outcome for the customer. Heck, even a simple button change from Shop Now to Learn More can make a huge difference. All right, the final layer of this whole thing is your audience. Now that you have your creative and your copy totally dialed in, it's time to test which groups of people respond best to your perfectly crafted ad. This is where you can test broad audiences based on their interests against those super powerful lookalike audiences that Facebook builds from your existing customer list. You could also test different age groups, maybe 18 to 24 against 25 to 34, or even see if your ad does better in cities versus rural areas. This step makes sure your awesome ad gets seen by the people who are actually likely to buy. Mastering this framework is a total game changer. If you're ready to really boost your business with some expert help, you can find us over at mbol.com. Okay, so running these tests is only half the battle. You also have to know how to keep score. So what are the key metrics, the real numbers that define a winning campaign? Let's take a look at the scorecard. First up, your click-through rate, or CTR. This just tells you what percentage of people who saw your ad actually clicked on it. It's your #1 measure of how interesting and appealing your ad is. Next, you've got cost per click, or CPC. This one's simple. How much are you paying every single time someone clicks? This is all about efficiency. A lower CPC means you're getting more bang for your buck. But hey, clicks don't pay the bills, right? Conversions do. Your conversion rate tells you what percentage of people who clicked your ad actually went on to do the thing you wanted, like make a purchase. This is the true sign of your traffic quality. And that brings us to the king of all metrics, return on ad spend, or ROAS. For every single dollar you put into your ads, how many dollars do you get back? This is the bottom line. It's the number that tells you if your campaigns are actually making you money and growing your business.
Okay, so you've got the framework, you've got the metrics. Before you jump in, let's just quickly cover a few really costly mistakes that can just destroy your test results and waste a ton of your money.
The biggest mistake by far is testing too many things at once. If you change the image and the headline and the audience, you have no idea what actually made the difference. Second, you've got to be patient. Ending a test before you get those 50 conversions means you're acting on shaky data. And finally, don't get tunnel vision. A high click-through rate is awesome, but if none of those clicks are converting, you're just paying for window shoppers. That's a losing strategy every time. So, does all of this actually work in the real world? Oh, absolutely. Let's look at a quick case study from a company we'll call FinTech Pro that was really struggling with ads that just weren't profitable. Just look at where they started. FinTech Pro was paying $98 to get one single customer. That was just not going to work long term. But by applying the exact framework we just went over, testing creative, then copy, then audience, they systematically found their winning formula. And the result? Their cost to get a customer plummeted to just $37. That is a massive 62% reduction in their customer acquisition cost. They didn't just make their ads profitable. They were able to scale their budget by 5 times while keeping that incredible efficiency. This is the power of having a disciplined, systematic approach. By trading guesswork for a real data-driven strategy, you can unlock these exact same kinds of results. This testing framework isn't just another tactic, it's the foundation for scalable, profitable advertising. For a personalized strategy and a consultation, visit us at mbeal.com now.